Dear Faster community members and Startup CEO Club members, welcome to our new event today. And we would like to mention today remote office working management, because as you know, remote office management is very crucial today's under the COVID environment. So as much as possible, we would like to give you insights about remote office management and some insights about this. Welcome, Arif. Mr. Arif is the founder of this one of the startup for this issue is home office, homeoffice.com. You can see some basic information about this. Arif, we would like to hear about you, why you started this this challenge. I say challenge of every startup is a kind of challenge, and then also as digital management issue of the work environment is nowadays important. So how you are approaching to the because there are different types of approaching methods to the working management or management of this.
Yes.
So we would like to learn your approach and your solution, and most welcome.
Thank you, Mustafa. Thank you for the introduction. I hope you hear me well. You can hear me well, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we are a software development company, and we've been founded in 2013. Our main activity, actually, the main job is developing web and mobile applications. And why we are doing that, we are exporting software development services almost 20 countries around the world, and most of them in like in Asia, like in Middle East and North America and South America and in the Europe. So we are covering like very wide space and very wide time zone. So we had to create our working culture around this necessity, because when you need to provide service to like the very different time zones and the countries, you need to work flexible. While working flexible, and because of kind of my character as a founder of the company, I travel a lot, and I lived in 4 different countries, and in the meantime, I managed BayPM, which is the creator of the home office application, and our team also worked remotely, and they worked flexibly. So the main thing, like when if you are managing remote teams and working flexible, time and task management is very important, and you need to be able to access, because if you don't have access to people in the office, you need to access the data right away and real time, like not even like a one day. Like I wanted to see what's going on, who is working on what, real time. So we created some systems in the past, like we use some systems like Toggle for time management. We use Jira as like all the other software companies. And some other, like I like task management and time management. This is like kind of my passion. So I use Microsoft To Do, and I track everything. I like measuring like how I spend my time and how my team is spending time. So I've used some systems like for task management and time management, but they didn't they were integrated at some point, but we were not able to access the data we needed real time. So we start building an application for task management. But one of the other challenge was Jira is a software management software project management tool. So some of the projects we have, they are less complex, and there is for me, I classify task and project management in like three categories. One, like like Microsoft To Do. This is a to-do list. Basically, you just need to enter the task and you need to complete it. There is no collaboration, or even if there's collaboration, it's very simple. And you just need to add a due date, and when before the due date, you are trying to close this task. And second type of task management tool is kind of Microsoft Planner. And basically what you have buckets, and you create buckets in the application. You create some tasks in the buckets and just assign to some people. And it's very simple. There is no sprint management, all that kind of things that you are able to do with Jira. And it's like less complex type of project management. And it's the third one is like kind of Jira type of like software project management, a bit more complex. There is like more ways to manage like sprints, like, you know, the Scrum, all these things. You need to manage the workflows, who is going to be able to do what in which occasion. Like you can actually customize. Actually, Jira is a software. Actually, it's a kind of a low code to no code system. You can customize the application based on your needs. So the other one is the Jira, like more complex type of project management tool. So we didn't need Jira for all the projects we have. We still use Jira, for example, for all the software projects, because it's like our 8 years of data is there, like all type of projects we manage from there. We can manage sprints and we can access the type of complex reports that you are able to do with, you are able to pull from Jira. But home office is like but we didn't need all the projects actually created in Jira. So we had a problem when we were managing like projects from different tools. So because we didn't want every project to be managed in Jira, so we created our own project management system. And after we stopped using we start using Toggl, we always use Toggl, and the Toggl data and project management data from Jira, from our system, and from Toggl, it was taking a lot of time to actually put everything together and report it. So there was no real-time access to what's going on, like in general, not only the software but the entire company. So from this need, we start creating a time management tool to actually basically just track your time. And from our project management tool and the Jira integrated talks directly to Jira and our task management tool, and we start tracking our time. So it's kind of it evolved from these needs, and at the end we said, okay, we have the necessary components. Let's put them together and create a product around that. Because the next need was actually the ultimate goal was put the team together and virtualize them in an environment, and the ultimate goal was the performance management, because we wanted to actually reward people doing their job properly, because we have the data now, so we can actually reward the people doing their job properly. So we wanted to go to the gamification, and so we start developing gamification functionalities after we built Home Office. And the main need, we've been working for 8 years remotely, and with our teams we have team members in Vietnam, London, and Istanbul. So we meet on a meeting environment, but it's not enough. So we wanted to create an environment for them to virtually have a presence in an office-like environment. And what we have in Home Office right now is there is an office, a virtual office, and each person has a desk that they can actually customize their character, and they can have a presence in the office, and they can see all their the project, their friends, actually their colleagues, and they can actually interact with them, and actually they can represent themselves, because we have some office characters. Maybe I will show you in the coming minutes. I will show you how we do that. So they have a presence. They can interact with their office, the colleagues, and they can actually reward each other for good work. And what we are trying to do is kind of interaction, the missing interaction when you are managing remote teams, and the presence. Like even if it's virtual, they have something in a virtual environment that they can customize, and they can actually represent their character. And the other thing, like we want to make sure that everyone is happy with their work. So we measure the feelings weekly, and we track closely how our team is actually the feeling, and how if they are happy, unhappy. If they are unhappy, what's the reason? Maybe they need they have psychological needs that we need to actually talk. Maybe they are the angry to something, but they don't want to talk. So we track all these feedbacks from our team members, and actually we talk to them, and we make sure everything is all right with the work. And the gamification part, after the office virtualization, what I want to mention, gamification is very important for us, because we are using home office for more than almost a year right now, every day. So it's kind of our operation system. And we created gamification rules that actually when the team is doing a work, they need to have a task, and they need to have an estimate, and they need to have a due date. This data is very important. So we can measure the workload when we need to deliver, and when. And generally, most of the companies that use a task management tool, and they have issues with actually the task creation. So if the project is not managed properly, and the tasks are not created properly, and due dates, teammates generally they don't enter, estimates not given, because these are the type of things that the teams they think like it's not necessary. It's like waste of time. So when you need when you give something to the team that, okay, these are important for us, even if it's not important for you, and if you do this properly, you will get something in return. So when we created this type of gamification rules, there is nothing, like no work is done right now in our company without a task. Even if project manager doesn't enter, no one accepts a job without a task and without an estimate and without due date, because they cannot get points from the system if this task doesn't exist. And you can customize, actually, you can leverage your projects. And for example, if there's an important project for you, we do that. We increase the multiplier. And if people want to, because this is very important as well, each person is looking for extra income right now. If they are developers, they are looking for how they can get something extra. So we want to keep this inside the company. So when they do overtime, and when they do complete the work which is important for the company, they get extra points. So this actually removes the need to go somewhere and look for another freelancing job. So there's already a job here, do it and get extra money. And you don't need to even look for it, because we always have a job. So we solve like too many problems using home office, internally. I will show you right now, with one click, I can see my office and what's going on in my office, who is doing what. So these are very it's very unique values.
Durmamız gerekiyor gibi görünüyor diyerek 30 saniye öyle konuştuktan sonra öğrenci aldım. O zaman öğrenciyle daha odaklı gidebildik mesela.
Mustafa Bey'den ses geldi ama tamam. Okay. Şimdi okay. Arif Bey sorry by the way. Arif, if we can continue on screen as well, it will be more.
Okay. Now I will go to this part if there is no question, and I can actually start demonstrating you the tool. Okay.
Okay, I think there is no question so far.
Okay, so I explain you what was the goal and the story a bit around home office, why we created, and what we are trying to solve. So, okay, let's start from here. This is our login screen, and when I actually start my day, like every other employee in our company, I log into my home office account. When I log into my home office account, what I see is a summary of my tasks. I can see I have 87 active tasks, 1 overdue, important, 4 due this month, and 4 tasks overdue will be due this week actually. And this week's task progress, when I actually closing this task, this will like go to that side and increase. And my work of this week, I see like I have 31 hours estimated work, and I worked today like 1.5 hours, this week 24, and this month I have 131. So this is important to see what I have when I log in the application. I see like what I have, what is due, how many hours I worked, how many hours I need to work, what's the missing, and it's the overall I can see in this screen. The reason we created this screen for us to be able to access the information that we need and the tasks we have very quick, so I can see the projects that I have the task, and I can see them. For example, game ideas. I have an assignment there. I can go here. Generally, because I'm the director of the company, most of my time, you can see that I spent on APM. This is for last 30 days. And these are the projects this is how I manage my time. So this is about like this page, you can see your tasks and easily like navigate, and you can go to task, or you can start your timer from this page. So it's a kind of a summary and easy access to task page is actually the overview. And when you go to my tasks, you can see like in which project you have how many tasks. These are the tasks that will be due this week and due next week. So this is the page that you can actually the overall what you have on the agenda and what is coming due. Like so you can track your tasks before they are due. And the reason we created this page to actually for user to navigate easily between their tasks and actually to measure their time. Okay. And when I go to the office environment, this is actually the I want to actually talk a little bit longer. I explained it a bit the reasons. I hope all of you actually they got the idea why we needed this. And when you go here, you can see everyone has a table. This table doesn't change, and they have a presence. They can see their this is me, that weather. And there's some like members, they want to go more casual, and there are some like Galatasaray fan, for example. These are all the characters that you can actually select for different days. For example, in the national game, people generally wear Turkish uniform, like Turkish national team jersey, and we customize our office. This is the other thing for national holidays with Turkish flags. And there are some occasions you can customize your office as well. And the main idea is actually creating the team presence, even if it's virtual. So when I go to Mert, for example, when I clicked Mert's profile, I can see his picture. I can follow Mert. So when I start following Mert, I will receive notifications about his activity. Right now, I'm not following. You can send the kudos to Mert from the screen. And for example, if you are working together with Mert and you like the work that Mert is doing, you can actually reward Mert. Each team member in our company has 2 kudos a month. They can send 2 kudos. And actually, this is part of the gamification, so they can make points when they receive kudos.
Arif,
Yes.
sorry, before gamification and this layer, I would like to ask, because there are two questions from YouTube, maybe related with your previous speech. Let me ask them. What about if the task is confidential? The number question one.
Yes.
What are the technologies behind this management system?
You can make a project private, and if the project private, users will see in the reports. For example, this is what's going on in the office today. So these are this team. Actually, you can report each team separately. This team, with one click, I can access how they are managing their time. And when I click here, I can go to detail. If there is a private project, you will just see stars here. So I will know the teammate is working something, but I will not see what the my teammate is working on. So there's confidential projects that you can manage if this is the what you want to know. Okay. So I didn't understand the second question. What's technology exactly?
What are the technologies behind this management system? Maybe our audience like to ask about how you are connect Jira and which API or which let's say some integration and or with Java code or Kida. And
there's many things. Yeah, there is .NET, there is JavaScript, and the real-time integration with Jira. All the tasks, if we have Jira projects, they are coming from Jira. It communicates directly through the webhooks with Jira. And the user interface, of course, is a custom design. And the application itself is a low code that we use OutSystems for development. And I think that's the answer.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So I will continue. I'm not going to gamification part yet, but I just need to explain that when I click a profile, what I can do and what I can see here. So I can see that Mert is working on this project real time, and I can see today's actually the summary.
May I one question from me? How you can see a worker active or not active? They are signing homeoffice.com with their username and password.
Yes, exactly. Everyone is online right now. So all the people right now that you don't see any icon is online. Currently, they are active. Okay. And for example, this person, let's click on that. So work today, 1 hour 7, the 1.7 hours. Right now is on break. So we have some status in the application that I will show you later how you will manage that. And right now the Rahel is taking break. Okay, you can see that. And Pelin, for example, she has a lunch icon. So we can tell a few things about. So when you look at the team, that you can understand if your teammate is actively working, it's on a break, away, or idle. Okay. This is does that answer your question, Mustafa?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So the kudos is actually the, for example, Mert received 22 kudos till today. So these are from people that working together. They are the explanation, like for his patients, because he's a QA person. So he's actually working with everyone. So everyone is like saying something. They're actually rewarding Mert for his good work. Okay. So you can see how many love your work kudos, 7 kudos received from different people. And he sent 13 kudos to different people. So I can see that as well. Okay. So here I see the summary of today, because this screen is today. So the goal of the screen is very simple. When you go to your office, who is off, who is on break, who is on lunch, who is working on what, and how my team, because there's a few teams here, Okay, each team's reports are different and separate. And when I click here, that's actually the summary. Okay, today my team spent 21% on home office, this application. We designed some games. So Color Race, Schneider, our customer, and Hediyeli project are all these projects. Okay, when I click on this, I can see the detail, who is working on what. Okay, this is that simple for us. And the tasks also, if you are curious about which is the task they are spending, if you can see the problem right away, if you see the time is like, you know, the team is overspending their time on a certain task, you with one click, you can see like, you know, who's spending time on these tasks, okay? So this is the report, and this is actually all the summary. Like for people, you can say like Emre, you can actually create reports right away to see like what are they doing today. Okay.
There are
second,
another question. I'm sorry if I cut for your second. You are going something, but does the home office show productivity rate and priority of task, for instance, deadline date?
Yes, of course. So
can you show some?
I will show later this part, because this is after the second part that we will go, because these are all coming from tasks, and there is a project management tool. It's already like built in. Okay, in this projects, you need to create tasks and assign to people. And you need to manage priorities, the phases, like, you know, the importance of this, the type of the task, all these things. Okay, so let me finish this part first. After I will go to this part.
Sure.
So one of the most important thing is each team is managed separately. So you can create multiple teams, and some of these teams can be external. Okay, let's say you have contractors, freelancers working with your team, and you can invite them to home office as well, and they can actually collaborate on a certain project, but they will only have access to that project only, nothing else. And you can create different teams if you want to. For example, we have 3 interns right now, and we manage, like, we actually track their time separately. Okay, because we want to track separately for easier to report. So you can divide your team, internal team, to separate teams to track easier and report easier. And you can invite your external teams to home office as well, and make them, like, you know, they collaborate on the project with your team. But as I said, they will be guests, and they will have limited access. If they are only a member of project, they will see that project and nothing else. Okay, that was also important. Okay, I think I covered all the parts. Okay, one other thing. So as you can see, like I have a timer active here, and I started before this project because this is a culture. Like, we always keep our timer. Even if we cannot, you can start late, and I will explain you. Like, you can add manual time as well. So if somehow you missed your timer, but important, you are not getting points from manual time in our system. If you can customize in a different way. We have all these parameters. For us, if the real time entry is not real time, you don't get points. But for you, it can be different. You can manage the entire system with timesheets only. This is up to you how you want to use. So let's say I'm done. Okay, I clicked my pause button. So there's a screen here. Okay, so I can customize. For example, maybe I start the timer late, so we are flexible. We give flexibility to the people 2 hours. Okay, they can customize it. They can go back to 2 hours. It can be 1 hour for you or 1 day. There's parameters in the system. Description, I can change my description. Now I said I pause. So what's the reason you pause? So first I update. Okay, I say that's right. And description, I give an explanation. Or let's fix the grammar. Okay. And the next thing I'm asking, when you stop, do you want to do something about this task? Okay. So I say, this was a repetitive task, which I will keep, but I can update the bucket of this task. And if, for example, if it was in progress and I'm done, I can update the task status to done without going to the task. Okay. And second, I can assign to someone else. Like, for example, I assigned to QA, and I assign to the QA person. It's also automatic. You can manage this in the bucket. If I select QA for this project, if I have a rule there that's saying this bucket is going to be assigned to this person, automatically the system brings the person, so you don't need to select. And I make I update if I need to update the task status and the assignee. And here I have some icons. So the meaning I stopped. I will explain you how we use these icons. It can be also different for you. So I stop because I go to next task. Okay, this will start my timer again, and it will ask me what are you working on. Away for us is if you are not in your computer for more than an hour, you need to, in our team, you need to select away, and you need to write the away reason. Okay, so very simple. You just need to type the reason why you are away. And if you are having lunch after this meeting, I will have a lunch, and I will select this most likely. And people will know I'm having lunch. So there is like meaning. This means if I'm having lunch, I don't want to be interrupted. Okay, so there is like, you will see that I'm having lunch, so you will wait till I'm back. Break means short breaks, like a cigarette break, a coffee break. You are just like taking a rest, but you are still accessible. Okay, you are still close to your computer, and when something happens, you can come. And idle is not something that we use, but it's necessity for some customers. And I'm here, I'm working, but I don't have any task, so I'm waiting idle. So we measure this time as well. Okay, and off is actually the when I'm off, like for the day. I'm not coming back till the next day. So I click off and I log off. I close my computer. Okay, so let me start my next task again. So what I do is find my task here, and web and phone calls. I will save it. That's it. And there is multiple ways to start your timer. You can start your timer from as said in home here. For example, by PM related task, if I will say web, there is a play button here. If I go to task, and you will see a play button here and the task details. Okay, I will come to this part right now. Okay, so I think the office environment is very important. That is actually we focus more because what we want to do is focusing more the employee part, and they create more interactions in the office environment. Okay, but first we needed to complete the part which is important, the managing the project. Now we focus more in office interactions. Okay, so right now our team gets two type of points. One is experience point, second coins. Okay, and I will show you how they make these points and how they spend these points. And when they complete a task, for example, they get an experience point from a task. So right now we are working in a system that these characters will be upgraded to a different, for example, for Superman, there will be a few different type of characters that you need to unlock with your experience points. This is the next we will do, okay? And there is collectibles that you can use. And for example, one of these. So this is it's an upgraded version already. It's not going to be like this in the future. So it will be only the Galatasaray jersey. If you want to add more things to your table, you need to get experience points. Okay, so you need to upgrade. For example, this is a collectible. The the Lightsaber needs to be upgraded and collected with experience points. So what we are trying to do, we will create a gamification, not only with coins, with experience point, you will customize your character inside the office and you will differentiate yourself. So we have much more characters than this. For Euro 2022, we had like national team. We have Marvel characters. They are Marvel. You cannot say it's Marvel, like DC Universe characters, like other type of like Peaky Blinders characters that you can use on different occasions. And for national games, sometimes we wear our Turkish jersey. And for if there is a game between Galatasaray and Fenerbahce, you will see that people is changing their clothes inside the office. And you will see some Beşiktaş fans, Galatasaray fans, and they actually send the message that they are supporting which team they are supporting. That's very, very important if you are managing remote teams and you are creating interaction.
Arif,
Okay.
one more question.
Yes.
May I from YouTube?
Of course.
Is there a plug-in document upload device for handover when assigned to someone else, or every task is transferred through to the cloud?
Document upload, you mean?
Yes, document upload. Is there a plugin as
Yes.
document upload for handover
Yes.
when assigned to
We
do
don't-
some?
We don't have any integration, but we use Azure for file management. And actually, it's very there's a very specific design for this. You can upload your documents related to almost anything, and there is a section for this. Let's go to this part, and this is going to be starting. I will start with this, for example. Let me go to home office project, which is very relevant with this presentation. Okay. So you see here attachments tab, which is related with this question. You can attach a file to your time entry. You can attach a file to your task. You can attach a file to your project. And okay, but it has to be related with a project. So we actually bring together all the, it's not something we use, but the customer requested this because they attach every time something, okay? And let's see, last 30 days. We don't specifically attach something because all of the things are coming from Jira. And you can all see all your attachments related with time entry, project, and task, even phase, project phase, all will be here, and you will be able to access the file, and you will be able to see when it's uploaded by who, and you are able to preview the file. Okay, so this is something you can do, and very actually not only just attachment, you can attach from anywhere, and here is the place that you see all of them all together. Okay. Does this answer the question, Mustafa?
Yes, okay. And
Okay.
also comment why no Wonder Woman? Yani you mentioned Superman.
There is Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Let's see. There was a character in the past. This is Harley Quinn.
Okay.
And there is a unicorn here, and there is Wonder Woman character as well. You can select. I think Ezgi was Wonder Woman at some point, but now she's formal with the pink hair. Yeah, they change day to day. We have 2 Supermans, as you can see, and 2 Batmans. And next week we will have more characters here. So there will be like more to select. We have almost like 200 characters already, but these are the ones that are loved. So people select. But the important thing, even if they select right now, in the future, they will not be able to select the same character with the same thing because they will need to upgrade. So that we will differentiate who has more experience points, but they will need to unlock different type of Superman. So there will not be only one Superman. Okay, these are actually the built already, but we are building the system, the upgrade system right now. Okay. And so project management part, I enter with the attachments, but here is how you manage your project. This is a home office project, is a Jira project that we have. We integrate with Jira Cloud both ways. Actually, we talk, we write and read. So I can update the task from here and it will be updated on Jira. And I can add a comment, it will be updated on Jira. And if I add a comment from Jira, it will come here. If I add an attachment from here, it's gonna come here. So two-way integration. So we manage this project through Jira and all the boards. We have very extensive integration. So you need to, when you integrate a project, which board that you want to integrate into home office, you select all these things and you can see very clearly who is working on what. That's amazing because they need to get points. So that's why it's so careful, everyone. Okay. So this is the board. We have the list view and I can actually customize the Jira. For example, if I have a bucket that I don't want to have in Jira, but I want to have here, kind of a bucket that I want to add different type of tasks. For example, the meeting, like repetitive tasks that you don't want to create in Jira, you can create here and you can customize your Jira buckets also here based on your needs. Okay, so this is the list view, board view, and as said, you can create tasks in the application. So this is a very, very heavy project. Right now, there's thousands of tasks here. I will show you. So you can add a new bucket and you can add a new task, or you can create a project like you can see. And when I add a task, here's my task creation page. And right now I'm inside home office, so system says you're in home office. So just select the bucket that you want to create, add a due date, priority, and select the task type. These are all coming from Jira. You can create a task type. This will not be updated on Jira, but these are all coming from Jira. So we reflect Jira task types as well. And you select the assignee, okay? And you estimate the work. There's some additional features that we use. For example, when the developer estimates 4 hours, system calculates. These are all, for this project, we add 25% project management and 25% QA. And total estimates will be 6 automatically. And you can manage this. All these things are parameters that you can manage for each project separately. And this is actually the next goal. What we are trying to do, I will explain the level of the project management that we do on home office. And the next goal for us to estimate the work weekly. Okay. So when I go here, the project manager will say, okay, the task is 50 hours, but we are planning to spend 10 hours this week. This person will spend 10 hours on this task. So we will break down the estimate based on the total estimate. So we will have a workload that we will see who is busy and who is available and when. I will show you a report about that, very basic report right now, but this is also, we are improving in the application. Okay, so there is phases, very important. You can create your sprints here, or you can create for example, for us, we develop an application, first development phase, there is hypercare phase, and there is support phase, and there is change requests. Okay, so we gamify this as well. It's not the reason is not gamification. If you want to manage let's say you have 200 tasks and you want to manage some of them separately, you want to track them separately. So you create a phase, you select this phase, you can manage, like you can assign dedicate some hours to this phase, you can track it separately from the project total hours, you can report separately, and at the same time you can create a gamification through that as well. And in our company, when there is a change request coming from the client related to a project, we create phase. for example, 5 different things that we need to do. And we create a deadline. And actually, it's easy to see. Let's go here. Okay, let's finish here. After we can talk about the phase. And there's a selection about, is it visible on board? I don't want to see on the board sometimes the tasks, because they are like generic tasks. They are not moving forward. So I can make it invisible from the board, but still visible in the list view and the task management in the here in the timer. Okay, and you can add the summary and comments, and you can tag we have some tags here. If you want the breakdown, like the tasks in a different way. For example, front end, back end, front end and back end, DevOps, whatever. You can create tags related to your task, and you can, of course, attach something to it. Okay, so let's go to one task we already have. Let's go to this one, because you will see more things. Okay, so minor improvements task. Okay, so this is how we create, and this was interesting. We'll see. This is you can see the Jira key here. So it goes directly to Jira if you want to track this task on Jira as well. Okay. And this task was estimated as 2 hours, and we added 1 hour project management, and I don't know, it's not visible. It's 1 hour project management and QA, and total is 3 hours. And I see some breakdowns also here. This is for the week. This week, 2 hours they want to spend. So this will be completed this week. And when you go here, and you can actually talk to people. Okay, you can tag them, comment. This is the comment part. And here you can see the comments. Attachments you can track here. And here you can see the buckets, like, how the task was updated. Created by Jira user, you can see 20 and 23rd, Gökhan, the project manager, updated the task. And here 23rd, edit and estimate. So you can see all the changes on the ticket, and you can see all the times spent by the developer. Okay, so you can track all these activities here, changes, comments, attachments, tags, and you can estimate, prioritize the tasks, all these things here. And in the board, you can update, of course, you can drag and drop all these things, and you can create different tags, the different buckets. And okay, so this is basic. I'm sure you are familiar of task management, but as I did it more enhanced with the time management, we can track all of this here with the colors. You can see how it's progressing, everything. Okay.
Arif, one more question, may I?
Of course.
After your explanation of all this automation between connectivity between office workers, so comment is no need email if you are using home office in your environment.
We don't use email. Like we don't use email, zero, except communication. But
inside no need, but outside, of course, email.
Yes, outside, of course, you need to send email to your clients. And but of course, we use this home office, and of course, we have a communication tool. We use Teams, so everything is on Teams or here. And okay, so we never send email to each other internally. Everything is here, so everything is recorded real time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So this is the task list. You can bulk edit your tasks, or you can. It's a kind of easy access. And for example, project managers, if they wanna add an estimate, it's kind of a quick access. They can break down the tasks here easily, and you can see all these tasks, and it's very kind of not the board view, not the list view. It's the easier, simple list view that you can actually search and filter down. Okay, this is the desktop, and you can see your tasks, of course, on the calendar, and track here on a calendar with the due dates. Okay, and updates, this is something we don't use a lot, and like you can add an update about the project. For this project, we don't have an update. For example, when to go to production, we generally use this. Maybe we should use more here. It's better to record here, but we use Teams generally for that, Teams communication. So metrics is a very important part. And when I go to metrics, I can see everything about this project, about the task-wise and the time-wise, what's going on exactly. Like how, as you can, it's not a simple project. So 3,600 hours we spent on home office till today. And I spent personally 111 hours. And these are my tasks. I have 5 active tasks. And this is, we spent 51 hours this week and 325 hours this month. And total, we have 813 tasks. And when you go here, it's getting more interesting. So I can see who is working on this project. Okay, so this week, this shows this week. Okay, these are the people spending time on the project. If I select the last 30 days, it will be updated. So I select, I see how I spent, who is spending time on this project in the last 30 days. Okay, there's more people here. Okay. When I go down here, I can see task report by the buckets. So I can see ready to plan. I have 42% of the tasks right now active is in ready to plan. So we have some backlog because we are busy with other projects currently. And you can see all the status here, and you can see the progress. Okay. There's PM verification that Gökhan needs to verify with me because they're on QA, and project manager needs to show me the development before the project manager verifies. So we have 29 tasks pending that we have a meeting that we will close this task to done. Okay, so this is also very important. Active task by task type. Okay, how many tasks? Tasks are generally we create based on the existing features. We create tasks to improve. No, this is not the new features because we track this as an improvement. And we have 30% bug, which is very high. I think the edited bug that we need to fix. Most they are usually the development phase or QA phase, but there's bugs needs to be fixed before production deployment. Okay, and here is how we spend our time. So there's repetitive task is generally project management and daily stand-ups, all these things. So I see that our team is spending a lot of time on project actually the meetings and project management. And project management, actually this normal project management is creating everything and tracking everything. But there is like less work is being done. Okay, 24% improvement, 13% bug fixing, and 7% new tasks. Okay, this is the level of thing detail that I can track for each project. Okay, so I will show you something different, and let's talk about phases. So for phase, we don't have any phase related to that, but we have in different projects. So when you create a phase, you basically say it's a breakdown of the project. You give a start date and end date because the continuous project, but you just want to track one part. And how many times you want to commit because you will receive notifications from the system because you will relate the tasks that people are spending time with this phase, so you can track it separately. Okay. So I will go to a project to show you an example. Okay. So you can see a few phases here. This is the client project. Okay. So change requests. This is important. Okay. So we have some change requests in the system active, and we sold 38 hours to client. Okay. This is the time that we sold, time commitment. And we estimated our tasks. And each task, there are separate tasks. You can see here. Okay. And these are the tasks that in this phase I related. And these are the status. And there is still one pending. Okay. And in the detail is in progress. And this is the date that I need to deliver everything. And I can see time entries about this phase. Okay, all the time entries that I have. And there is gamification is not active for this task, for this part, but I can show you one. Let's see. Okay, gamification. This is a change. This is the phase that we actually gamified. Okay. So details, no attachment, tasks, all of them is done. Time entries, all the time entries related to that. And gamification. So we create the reward. So we added 35 experience points if we complete this task with 5 stars. This phase with 5 stars. Okay. So when they get 4 stars, they get the 35% of the points. And 3 stars 50, 1 star 0. And system calculates how much points and coins they will get based on their contribution. You can make it equal between the team, and you can make it per contribution. As you can see, Rahel made 20 experience points of this 35 and made 100 coins after this phase is completed with 5 stars. Okay. And this is the entry to our gamification topic. Okay, this is one of the rules that you can gamify in home office. And is there any question?
Yes, Arif, one more
Mustafa?
question about the former section. Can the employees explain why they not able to progress in project, or projects are only result oriented?
Of course, they communicate. You can comment on the task. It's happening every day. There is, there is a problem. There is something that someone cannot solve. We manage this different. For example, we have tech leads and project developers, so we need to create, which is a very good question. I will talk about some other feature in the application, which we needed to build. And some meetings needs to be made, for example, something stuck. So in the past, when you talk in a chat box, let's have a meeting, but you don't set a time, okay? And okay, I'm busy, we can do it tomorrow. And tomorrow comes and you don't do anything, and the task is still stuck, okay? So we've seen a problem here, and we fix it with meeting requests, okay? This is one topic related to stuck or problematic tasks, because we want to make sure that the right person is requested help on time from someone, okay? So as a developer says, I need help, okay? If no one responds, so the problem is still there and nothing happens. So we want to make sure that person that needs help requests a meeting from his or her tech lead, and tech lead responds on time, okay? It's very important for us. It's a new feature that we implemented actually recently. And the person that receives this meeting request and schedules a meeting with this person. So it's called meeting request. Okay. So there's meeting requests that you send to people and you explain about, let's say, let's start today's. Request from me is 0. Okay. For example, at this point, 31st of October, Gökhan requests a meeting from me. And I see that Gökhan needs help. And he said it's related to this project. Okay. And the priority is medium. So if it's medium, system gives you like a meeting expected by 6 days. These are the parameters that you can actually, and I scheduled on 4th, okay, because I checked the meeting request, because interruption, what we are trying to use the avoid interruption, okay? If you need a meeting, just tell me that you need a meeting and let me know how urgent it is. So I will respond and I will schedule when I can, okay? It's a good sample. Requested 31st, system said till the 5th of November, and I scheduled for 4th of November and this time. Okay, right now it's not integrated. Maybe that would be a question. Does it create automatic meeting? Not yet, but we will create Zoom and Teams meetings in the near future directly from home office with the integration. Okay, I hope it helped. And yeah, for the other part is kind of project management, and they can comment. You can receive notification when I comment, and you can start talking, and you can start a create a meeting request and talk on a meeting if you have a problem. That's the methodology we use. You can use different methodologies, and yeah.
Yeah. Arif, we completed almost 1 hour. Thank you for so far. I think also you are on the completion part of your speech. How we can conclude and how you offer, how is your business reseller or direct customer, and the people can reach homeoffice.com and easily subscribe for demo? Or
Not yet. We are still on, we have actually we use it. Some customers of us use it. We are on the phase of making it simpler before it's not something we sell right now, home office, but you can access and start using as beta user. Okay. And why we are waiting for starting this, the selling process is, we need to make sure people is able to understand the system and use, without a lot of help. So there's some processes that we need to complete. Like you can see the articles here that will help you, and we will add some guidance, in-app guidance, before we release the application. So the sign-up process, learn about the application and start using from day one. Currently, you will need our onboarding process. So if people want to try, we can onboard them. They can use the application, but they will need our help because they will use these articles, but we will support them directly, and they can actually access us from here as well, so they can ask their questions. Okay. And so what we are trying to do here, we are trying to collect feedbacks. We collect feedbacks from the beta users and improve the system if we see it necessary. Okay. So this is very a wide topic. I haven't been able to talk about what are the other rules. I can still talk 1 hour because there's many rules, and I will show you one more thing. For example, this is the report I received. It's very important. I will talk about this very briefly and I will stop. So this is the report I receive weekly. All my team members, they send me a report about how they spent their time the previous week. So I see it, I go to detail, report, which are the time entries, I can question them, I can create a conversation about it. And if your gamification is active, gamification can be active 2 ways. One, experience point, they received points of time entry. All the details are here. You can read. And when I approve this, okay, it's going to, this point is going to go to this user's account. So what they can do with that is you can donate to a box. We have pots that we, for example, for Tema, we have pots they can donate, or they can shop. Our employees, they can shop right now with these points directly. Every week they make points, and they can spend their points directly on this gift cards. There's Getir, there's CheckSepeti, there's TV, there's sports channels, clothes, electronic, pizza, everything. So they make points and they spend right away if they want to. They can even buy gold from this application. So you will ask, what is this? This is our another company, and we sell gift cards. So this is a business account that's integrated with Home Office, and we have an integration with this Hediye application, and they can spend their points. 1 coin is 1 lira. You know, I can still talk 1 hour. There's a lot of, I haven't gone to like gamification, calendars. There's a lot to explain here, and timer reports. You haven't seen the reports yet, and what you can do, what type of reports that you can, you know, the task related. This is our week, for example. These are the tasks we spent. This week we spent this tasks. Projects we spent our time this week. Members, how they are spending their time, who is spending the most of the time. I can track everything about what's going on my company. Okay.
Thank you, Ahmet. Sorry, I say Ahmet. Arif, thank you. I was doing another issue right now. I mixed it. By the way, I would like to thanks to also all attendees that their engagement was very important for us, and we would like to continue this kind of journey, startup journeys with together. We will. There is in Zoom we have some members in Ali Bey, I think, in Zoom also. Maybe if we have time, we have continue a little for introduction to each other. And now I am almost closing to YouTube section, that YouTube streaming. Almost all audiences and their joinings again. Thanks to all. And if you want to conclude something as closing remarks, Arif, most welcome.
Okay, we have what we need is right now. We are bootstrapping startup, and what we need is feedback. And if you use it, if you have of course a case to use it, you don't need to use for the entire company. You can select a team. You will be working with a very new generation. I think it's time to get ready. Like we have the very wide experience with remotely working teams. It's a reality. No one can escape from it. You have to have remote teams, contractors, freelancers. It's a perfect tool to manage. And if you want to use it for free and provide us feedback in the coming months, because we are like, this is a really like, we are still in the beginning of this application, because we have a lot to add, especially we are working on tokenization of the coin. You know, like metaverse is a big topic, and we want to make sure virtual reality is it's a close, like near feature, but we have some also the goals for the, you know, the creating metaverse type of application, that's virtual reality. And all these things are actually we are at the very beginning. These are the part we had to complete to go this part. And we completed this time and task management part almost. And now we are going to the fun part. And this product will evolve. There will be more features, vacation requests, all these things. And there will be more features about employee engagement and rewarding. So if you want to experience it, like you can actually send us the request. We can onboard you like with our team. And the only important thing right now is receiving feedbacks.
There are thanks to you from our audience, and thanks to Faster community as we are Faster community, try to explore our knowledge from our people, our members, as their know-how. As far as I know, Arif, you are using this tool especially for your teams, and it is very nice that you are using, you are managing your teams as your company with this this application and software, and then now you are submitting this software to as a service. Thanks. Also, this is a kind of beneficial for you and for the companies as virtual offices shifting to the virtual offices. Thank you. Do you have a trial version that yes, for beta test, Arif Bey can open beta version of home office to the who are wishing to do their usage or test. We can communicate with later on this. So thank you for all, and for this session is almost finishing, and we can always you can always reach us from fastercommunity.com and homeoffice for homeoffice.com, and then let's see you again in next our event next week, 1st of December, FinTech Leadership Prize event. Thank you. See you all.
Thank you.
Arif, we can wait.